Plenty of huge matchups in the first week of the AFL finals, both West Australian teams in action. And while the Eagles get to stay at home, the Dockers are flying out to take on the reigning premiers at the MCG, a pretty tough task. Tanya Armstrong is at Perth Airport. And Tanya, who's on the plane and who's not?
Well, Ben, there's always a couple of surprises during final selection, and Ross Lyon has already swung a surprise for this match. He's dropped their ruckman, Jonathan Griffin. He, of course, filled in, was the leading ruckman while Aaron Sandilands sat on the sidelines for 3 months this season. So a little unlucky, Jonathan Griffin. He's lost his spot at selection, and Ross Lyon is taking Zach Clark and Kepler Bradley. So they'll be the backup big man to Aaron Sandilands. Griffin and Sandilands have played 3 matches alongside each other. They were played the last match against Melbourne together, so many believe that would be the finals combination going into September, but Ross Lyon thinks not. Kepler Bradley returns after missing 1 match with concussion. Matt de Boer is also back in the midfield. He was also always going to be an automatic inclusion after missing 1 match with an ankle injury. And the race for Luke McFarlane's spot in defence is over. Ross Lyon has gone with Alex Silvani, so the 24-year-old back in the team, to meet Geelong and possibly match up on Big Cat Tom Hawkins. He hasn't played for the last 9 matches, Silvani, and there was a bit of debate whether Lyon would pick Anthony Grover, who at 32 years of age has just announced his retirement. But going with Silvani, hasn't played since round 14 against Collingwood. Let's hear from assistant coach Mark Stone about the selection.
Look, he's been playing some really good football at Claremont. He's been consistent throughout the year in terms of his playing time and his minutes, and we think he's played a number of games for us in the past and come in and done the job and the role asked of him, so we think he can do that again. He's strong, Alex, and he can body up and defend that way, and they're big challenges, Hawkins, Podsy Yardley and Vardy and West, but we think with our key defenders, plus with our defensive systems, that we can get back and support them and help them out as much as we can. But we know they're going to have to win some one-on-ones.
There you have it. Now, we hear plenty about the record of interstate teams heading to Melbourne, but Freo will have boarded the plane with some confidence, Tanya.
Yeah, there's a bit of an air of confidence about the Dockers. They believe what Ross Lyon has been saying. If you've been listening to any of his press conferences this year, his mantra has been anywhere, anytime. He doesn't care about the travel factor. He said that when he got to Perth, although he was a bit shocked to learn that Dockers had won 3 of their last 28 in Melbourne. That's changed this year. They get on the plane having won 4 out of 5 matches in Melbourne. Granted, 3 of those were at Etihad Stadium. At the MCG this year, they've won 1 and lost 1. The win over Richmond back in June probably turned their season around. They also get on the plane with a bit of confidence, having beaten the Cats back in round 1. It was only by a couple of points, but they'll take that leading into Saturday night. They've also won 8 out of the last 9 matches, so they believe they can beat anyone, anytime, and that includes the reigning premiers.
Yeah, well, just on Ross Lyon, he's certainly done a great job at Fremantle since heading there from St Kilda. Of course, plenty of speculation when he did in fact take the job. Would you already say that this has been a success for the Dockers, especially when you consider that some of their biggest names, including Nat Fyfe and Aaron Sandilands, missed the majority of the season?
Yeah, exactly. Ross Lyon came to Perth. Many people expected them to be the bolters this year and finish in the top 8. Aaron Sandilands went down with that turf toe for 3 months. Nat Fyfe, probably their best midfielder, missed about 4 months of footy. Matthew Pavlich has been playing with all sorts of niggles in the last few weeks, but they've still finished the season really strongly. 8 out of 9 matches to storm into the top 8. So I think Ross Lyon, if they don't win, we know what a fierce competitor he'll be. He'll be disappointed, but he knows they can build on this season, and they'll be aiming for the top 4 next season. If they can get everyone back on the park, get some good pre-seasons into their midfielders like Mundy and Barlow. So plenty of confidence this match, and they're not without a chance against the Cats Saturday night.
Certainly improved the Fremantle Dockers, that's for sure. Tanya Armstrong, thanks very much for your time there at Perth Airport. It's going to be a cracking match, one of many this weekend in the first week of the AFL finals.